Welcome back, everyone. It's November 12th. It's a Thursday and totally not my trading day today. I got pretty much stopped out today, down 10% of my average position size, which right now is about $4,000 per day trade. We can actually review my stats in a little bit, and I'll show you guys a little bit more what my stats are for this month. This week, though, has been really slow. It's been a total break-even week. Last week, though, was much better. Instead of diving into each and every one of the little trades today, which I kind of want to do near the end a little bit, if you guys are curious and you want to have a quick recap on that long stream today, I want to kind of focus on a little bit of Pfizer, because Pfizer came out with some interesting news that I want to review with you guys. So let's just go ahead and bounce right over there to that. Just gotta wait for, oh man, this laptop's gonna kill me. All right, so boom. Open up here, Pfizer, blah. Where's it going up? Sorry guys, I'm all over the place right now. So Pfizer CEO sold millions in stock after coronavirus vaccine, raising questions after the vaccine news, right? So the CEO, Albert Bourla, I hope I'm saying that right, sold $5.6 million worth of stock. Sounds like a lot, and actually it is a lot. Sometimes it's always hard to put it in perspective. But basically, that's 60% of his total stock, which, mind you, is it's quite a lot when a CEO sells 60% of his shares. Now, it happens from time to time. CEOs sell stocks. Just for example, Sir Richard Branson, the owner of pretty much everything Virgin, from Virgin Galactic, Virgin Cruise, Virgin Bookstore, Virgin, you name it. He sold a bunch of shares, I think like $500 million worth of Virgin Galactic, not because he really wanted to, but because he needed that money to fund his other businesses. So there's always many things going on, right? So I was watching an NPR, or I was listening to an NPR report about it today, and analysis said it's nothing really wrong. It seems like he didn't break any rules. It just looks really bad. The thing is, he had a 10B51, which is a form you file with the SEC. You typically say, when a stock reaches X price, I want to sell X amount of shares. It's something you do ahead of time. And that's basically what happened, and his shares got triggered and he sold it. The problem is, August 19th he's filed, and then literally the next day some news came out, and then now with the news coming out, it's gotten even better. So it's just like it all seems like very kind of confusing timing. Again, here's a link if you guys are curious for more information. It's going to be not in this video description, but obviously in the live stream video description. Actually, that's not obvious. I apologize. It's not obvious. In the live stream, I always post the watch list for the day, and this is the watch list. So kind of interesting stuff there. And we were talking about Pfizer literally like 2 days ago, and BioNTech, ever since the vaccine 90% efficiency news, we were talking about, is it a good time to buy? And well, we were saying yes and no. Basically, yes, this is good news. There's a lot, but no, there's a lot of competition. And based on what the competition has done, every time they came out with good news, they pulled back, found support, and then continued their rally. So with this additional bad news, it doesn't seem like the selling really has gained any. Again, it's not really bad news. But it kind of seems like there's a decent amount of support coming in here. So it looks like there's a good chance that 38 is going to be a nice bounce territory, and then we might have a continuation from here. So if I was looking to go long a biotech, or not really biotech, more a pharmacy ticker, add that to my portfolio, I do actually think Pfizer would be a good acquisition at this point. I hate to say it, I'm actually not going to go long this one, and not because I don't believe that it's going to bounce off of 38, but I'm actually fully extended my swing trade account, and I have no more capital to allocate to this specific trade. Now, I could add it to my long-term investment portfolio, which I might do, but for now, it's not. In tomorrow's live stream, you guys aren't going to see a long position on Pfizer, which is kind of unfortunate because I think I probably would. Yeah. So let's keep kind of talking here, and then. Here are the other coronavirus tickers, and just kind of tickers that are relative to this. Let's just quickly scroll through. Lilly, obviously one of the top contenders here with the vaccine. That's really close. Oh, everything just froze. So yeah, this you can see after their big news, they pulled back, and then they had a nice little bounce here. REGN, another ticker. I think this is the one that Trump got the vaccine from. REGN. Oh my God, what is going on here? Just so slow. Sorry guys, I'm like super on edge with this laptop. I'm like this close to throwing it out the window. All right, but I gotta wait 1 more week or 2 more weeks for my new laptop. mRNA, this is another ticker. with a very promising drug. Some people argue that this is one of the top contenders, or maybe the top contender, and then BioNTech with the Pfizer kind of deal. So yeah, these are the tickers that I am personally watching for the kind of coronavirus plays. Some quick news here before we talk about the day trades that I always find kind of interesting to talk about. And don't forget, guys, if you have any thoughts, comments, feedback, let me know in the video description or in the video comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on PFE. Is it a ticker that you guys are looking to trade? And if so, what are your positions? Would love to know. USA coronavirus, guys, are hitting new all-time highs, well above 100,000, getting close to that 150,000 mark. Really, really close. So this is quite the spike here. And then let's just, for comparison's sake, let's do Germany, which is also spiking up, but hopefully maybe found a high here at a roughly 20, let's say high 23s. Then actually France is almost more interesting because France has always really had a long peak here. Look at this. France went absolutely exponential here at 86,000. That's insane compared to Germany's 20,000, even though the populations are fairly similar. One thing I do kind of want to point out here, this is funny. I've been having a few YouTube issues lately with the streams, and YouTube was apparently down for 1 hour yesterday, and it became the second most search term yesterday, and that's insane. So if we actually go to this is the image from this morning that I took. I wanted to take a quick screenshot. You can see YouTube down 1.1 million searches, 1 million plus searches. And then if you go to Google Trends right now, you can actually see that Veterans Day is the only thing that's actually higher at 2 million plus searches. So, YouTube down for 1 million or 1 hour. You can see that a lot of people are affected. Apparently, it's kind of interesting. I thought I would share that because I found it oh wow. And then, yeah, just really quickly here to kind of fit in with the stock market and news and overall discussions. The Democrats have the lead majority in the House, but the Senate is still right now strong Republican. So it's looked like it's going to be a split Congress from here on out, unless something drastic happens. I don't really see something drastic kind of popping out. It looks like that Republicans are going to be having that majority in the Senate for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and review some of the tickers we traded today. I got to say, it's really, we're down about 350 bucks. With our day trading account. We have 2 swing trades in this day trading account that I'm looking to obviously close soon and then move to my swing trading account again. For now on, I probably don't want to put too much swing trading in this account. Although I gotta say, month over month, our swing tradings are profitable. Even this month where we had our biggest kind of downtrend in our swing trading. And that's just because, we try to manage our risk well and take our profits quickly. So if you just kind of come here to, why are the stats, actually, let me go here. This loaded the wrong month. Let me go to this month. Sorry guys, it's taking a little bit long to load. I do apologize. Not a lot I can do about that for now on. Oh man, this is really snail speed here. So this month so far, we are up here $1,900 for this month. Really happy with that, I gotta say. And most of that all came from the first week. Now the second week, this week, I'm actually red. So it kind of goes to show that I'm, it's been a little bit slow here for me this week. I wouldn't say I'm really frustrated, but sometimes when you have pretty much 4 consecutive days of scratches, today I pretty much got stopped out of trading. It's a little bit stressful. You're just like, oh, come on, let's get some momentum back in here. So my average position size is $4,000, right? And I always have a rule, if I'm down 10% of my average position size, which is roughly $400, I stop out of trading. Now this could happen with one trade. If I have a $10,000 position size and I'm down 4%, technically I would be stopped out of the day. That's why usually I start with a small size, like $2,000, and then if I have a small winner, then okay, going in the right direction. Then I start increasing position size, and I have a bigger cushion. And as I grow a cushion, I get more aggressive, and then that way, if I have I'm kind of setting myself up for avoiding getting stopped out of the day, and I'm also setting myself up for having ideally a nice possible big green day, right? Overall though, this week has been a little bit kind of scratchy. So my average win, average loss is very identical. I'm not having, clearly my risk reward is a little bit not ideal. I didn't have enough conviction. I don't have enough follow through. I'm buying a little bit sporadically this week, which is a little bit my fault, but a little bit of the fault of, well, it's no one else's fault besides my own. But at the same time, the market has not been giving me the typical setups that I'm looking for, right? And then I'm kind of forcing trades. So it's a little bit like, I got to be a bit more patient, you know. I was up today a few $100 and I could have walked away, but then I kept on trading and got stuck in a few flushes and lost pretty much $200 on 2 separate trades. So that was $400 loss. So yeah, it's a little bit sloppy trading on my end. Overall, the total winners is okay. You know, we've beat 74% before, so I know we can do better, but I can't really complain too much. It's been okay for the month so far. Let me just close that out. So I think one trade or one ticker that is really worth talking about here is EDRY, which is one of our lead gappers today. And then IMAC I'll probably talk about as well. So EDRY, this is the one I'm actually green on. EDRY. I kind of liked how this one was trading pre-market, but in this, I'll tell you guys why I stopped trading it. But pre-market, you know, we're gapping up here on some decent news. Greece Maritime Shipping Company, 1 million float. This is really the key part. This one had the spike ability. They've reported results, so they're pretty much up on quarterly results. That's really nice to see. Once we broke back above VWAP here on some really big volume pre-market, I ended up actually buying the second pullback here, looking for a continuation, looking for that breakout there. We had a little bit of a move. You can see here, smaller position size, only about $2,000. So it was an okay trade, but you know, I didn't get that, you know, big move that I was hoping for. And then similar situation here. This is actually one of the trades that happened on the live stream. We started streaming today a little bit earlier, like at 8:40 something. So you guys saw this move. Typically we start streaming at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this one, we had a really nice pullback here. I entered on the pullback because the volume was looking decent. It's hard to see how good the volume was, but here you can see that this volume was actually dwarfing this volume, and before this volume looked pretty big. So, you know, we had that big kind of getting close to 9 o'clock volume burst. I ended up buying here on the pullback, and then I sold on the break of, ideally I wanted to sell on the break of 12, but it was kind of getting stuck here and I closed out. So this was probably the best trade of the day, but again, you know, still using smaller size, using bigger size than over here, but still using small size. But then at the open, I was originally thinking about a red to green move, but this actually opened up and pulled back 17%. Now, I don't mind when stocks open up and then stop selling off. And they stop selling off around 10% or so, 6 to 10%. But when they sell off past that, you know, past 13, past 14, past 15%, then I'm like, there's a lot of selling here. There's clearly something I might not fully understand. Let me walk away from EDRY because I just don't trust this ticker. And that's pretty much what happened. This thing really lost a lot of volume. You can see on the 5 minute and on the 1 minute, it's just primarily sell volume here. So I think there's the reason I wanted to talk about EDRY is because I felt like there's something really good to take away with when to walk away from a ticker, and I did want to share that with you guys. Just the other tickers, really nothing too interesting. VXRT was a slow one. Just I didn't really even bother trading that one. I just kind of got in, got out. ZCMD. This one had some opportunity. Pre-market was actually moving kind of interesting. I like this big quick move to the upside, but this one also sold off quite aggressively once the market opened. Nice move here. I ended up buying a kind of VWAP. No, this was actually not VWAP. This was as VWAP. Yeah, okay, it was a bit of a VWAP bounce here. Quickly sold, and then this one is the one I actually got mistaken. This one I usually don't like buying these 9 EMA breakouts so much. I'm a little bit, I don't know. I always feel like you can get stuck in a flash. Anyway, we're showing a lot of momentum in the order book. You can see it was chipping away at the sellers, and I was part of that chipping. I bought into the chipping. I basically slapped the ask. This is the ask right here, and I bought into that. It's called slapping the ask, some people say. And I bought. I was able to take profit in that upside, and then I sold quite quickly because ZCMD just was popping up here very quickly, and I don't know. I wasn't super convinced. I didn't have high conviction behind it. So I ended up getting out of that one. And then we had another kind of scratch set up here. And yeah. So yeah, this breakout was just looking a little bit weak, and then I decided to get out. Let's see, next ticker here that I quickly want to review. IMAC, yeah. So IMAC, this one, man, this one got me pretty good, I gotta say. And I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt a little bit about this ticker. So IMAC, if we just scroll down here a little bit, USA Medical Care Facility, 7 million float, 10 million market cap. They bought a company, chiropractic office here in Webster Groves. Yeah, okay, expansion kind of acquisition news can be good sometimes. The problem with IMAC is it's had a lot of these failed spikes to the upside, and you can kind of tell it's on a clear downwards trend more or less. And we did break that trend, which is good, but there's going to be a lot of back holders in this ticker. And that's kind of what I was like, okay, well, I'm not super stoked on IMAC. And then silly me, after this one actually had a huge move to the upside of 66% plus move to the upside. I did a small trade on a pre-market. I kind of was like, okay, well, IMAC clearly, there's not as much resistance as I thought. And this is exactly why I say I don't like trading these 9 EMA breakouts. They it's a bit of a hit and a miss for me. So it's just a setup that maybe because I didn't trade for like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I felt a little bit of FOMO, or I felt a little bit of need to trade. Either way, I bought this into the move to the, there was a nice VWAP bounce here. I should have traded that one. That was actually the ideal trade. And then we had some rejection here, resistance, and then I bought here. Honestly, because I don't know, the sell volume was so light, I really felt like there was a good chance breaking out. But I think honestly, what I did here is I broke my rules. There was not a good 5-minute setup. It was just not a clean setup, and I deserve this loss. Unfortunately, I tried to get out here at 97. You can see I sold 15 shares at 97, and then it kept on dipping. And my goal was to sell at 97, or that's where I wanted to stop out. And then I hit my max stop here at 92, right before going back to 97. And I was like, boom, okay, that was like a $250 loss. Like, thanks. Well, not thanks. I mean, it was totally my fault, but it was just a bad trade and overall. But it was just kind of like, forcing a trade because, I don't know, I had a little bit of trade FOMO. I don't know. It was a little bit disappointing for sure. And then AKER, I'll bring this one up very quickly here. It wasn't, a ticker I was super excited about. And I had a few good trades on this ticker, and then I gave it all back on my last trade. So I had a nice pullback trade here at first. And then I was like, okay, this is looking good, but then I had a flush, and then I was like, okay, well, it's dead to me. But then it started popping back up here. I didn't have that conviction to trade it. Then it starts consolidating. I'm like, I'm waiting for some action. It finally has a breakout. I buy the breakout, and guess what? I get stuck in a flush again. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that pretty much stops me out of the day. And then I wrap it up there. So as you see, it totally wasn't my day today, but I think to some extent by taking small position sizes here, I only took a $3,000 position size. Usually on a hot day, this would have been a $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 position size. So what I did right is noticed it was a slow day, noticed I wasn't on my groove, and reduced my position size. So yeah, if we got a $3 breakout, I would have had like FOMO, and then I would have not wanted to be like, oh, now I have to trade it, right? Yeah, it didn't work out this time, but at least I didn't, throw away a bunch of money. So yeah, I am stopping out today, down pretty much 10% of my average position size, or more like, 8% of my average position size. But yeah, it could be worse. I mean, it is what it is. So I will see you guys back for live trading tomorrow morning. Consider subscribing if you're new. Would love to see you there. We had a lot of new faces today, I feel like, in the stream. A lot of old faces as well. So yeah, guys, drop a like on the way out if you enjoyed the content. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades, guys. Ciao, ciao.